Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hi. Hi. Sangeeta, thank you very much. I believe that you don't like to come on stage and speak, and probably this is the first time you've spoken, so the first time. And I take it as a compliment and as an honor. But as you started, I think you made a mistake as you started the whole speech. The first line was wrong. You said, ladies and gentlemen. There are only ladies and only two gentlemen. I'm not so sure we can call them gentlemen either. And I'll tell you why. So first of all, it's so wonderful. I mean, you know, I do this professionally. Hillary Clinton also does it, so please. So I do this professionally, and in many ways, you know, getting onto the stage is like going to work. And I cannot tell you that I think I would count myself as one of the luckiest people in the world who goes to work, and we have people like Sangeeta and Vasvi say such wonderful things, and all you ladies clapping for me. That's a great way to go to work in the morning. It's such a great, wonderful feeling to enter work with such warmth. I must tell my wife about this. Maybe she can take a leaf out of this book. When I go home, I'm joking. But I'll tell you why I made that little side joke about Mr. Anil Rai Gupta, whether we can call them gentlemen or not. I'm joking, sir, I'm joking. He's worried I'm going to spill the beans about that secret of ours when we went to Macau, remember? We were in Macau. The secret is basically, he said, he took me to the side and said, Boman, let's go do some karaoke. That's the secret, nothing else. Don't worry. And we spent a wonderful night doing karaoke. Anyway, so I'll tell you what. A lot of people like ARG, when I did my first appearance like this for their conference, which was I think in Zurich, and then we did one in Istanbul, and then we done one that Macau, that one. We did a what's it called when you speak across the I'm technologically challenged. What's it called when you speak? Skype. So thank you very much. We spoke for an hour and a half. An hour and a half. And I was briefed about the first piece of copper that came out of the ground, how it went to the thing, and you know, it went on. And I honestly had to nod my head because they are hiring me. But I didn't understand a word he was saying. And finally it boils down to one thing, the great question that was asked at the end of it. This whole 1.5 hour briefing is about only one thing and one thing alone, and that is, so what's Priyanka Chopra like? That's it. He wanted to impress me, you know, with copper and Falana Dikna company and blah, blah, blah. Priyanka, she's, and Deepika, she's really that tall? Yeah. His fever has disappeared. He's gone cold. Anyway, the good news is that we are all here. The good news is that we have more people in the auditorium. But the bad news is nobody's allowed to leave. So for the next 3.5 hours, 45 minutes, you're going to be sitting there. They got us fright. Ladies, no, I'm not. No, please. Joking. All my friends, ARG, all my friends in school, from school when they meet me, they're a little jealous of me. I mean, look at it today. They should be jealous of me. I mean, how many ladies over here? But I also get to act. And I'll tell you why they are jealous of me. And ARG will applaud for this. Because I get to act with the most beautiful women in the country. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I need some energy in the room. I need some energy, please. First of all. And secondly, no one will address me as Mr. Irani again. Nobody, Mr. Irani. It's Lord Boman Irnai. So I was telling you how all these friends of mine are a little jealous of me because I am acting with the most beautiful women in the country. Deepika Padukone, Priyanka Chopra, Kareena Kapoor. You say it, you name it. But I always tell them, take it easy. Don't eat your heart out. Take it easy. There's a catch. And the catch is that I only play their father. But again, daddy gets the tightest hug, just so that you know. Whatever, the heroes are useless, utterly useless. What do? Nowadays, they don't even hold hands with the heroine. Shah Rukh Khan even doesn't hug the heroine, he just does this. What's the point? They break their heart and they come running to who? Daddy, and daddy gets the tightest hug. Hey, I'm a lucky guy. You want to see? You just see, have a look at this. There you go. There you go. See that? Ladies? Okay, after the show, one by one, okay? Look at that. Look at that. But you know something? Yeah, look at that. I'll tell you something. There's another catch to this also. Once I did get a chance, instead of playing their father, I got a chance to play the romantic lead. But look at my luck. Look what they gave me. Look what they gave me, man. Farah Khan herself said, you know, she was telling the producer, wow, you're casting me with this Boman. Yeah, okay, I'm really going with the Boman. We will look like brother and brother. Yeah. She said it, I did. So we're having a good time. All right. We're having a good time. They say always start with the joke. And the jokes are over. Now let's get serious. So I've been told to be serious and not be a naughty boy and all that. I'm very, very gentlemanly and all. Tie wipe and and I've got to share with you the story of my life. And I'm not sharing the story because it's an exceptional story. I'm sharing the story with you because actually it is everyone's story. It's a common story. It's every man's story. And that's why it is exceptional. Because there are some people who've done some exceptional things in their life, and their stories need to be told. I'm telling you this story simply because a lot of people will identify with what I'm saying. It's not about someone becoming an actor. It's about someone becoming something. And it's not important what profession you end up in. It's important who you end up as and what you tell your soul when you grow older. Did I have a good life, and was it with events? Was it straight? Was it boring? Or was it exciting with failure? Life has to be exciting with failure. Life without failure is unexciting. So my story is all about failure. It's all about failure. So let me start. And security, darwaza band kar lo. No. You will take my permission if you have to go out. And I will time you as to how long it take to come back. Okay. Cameraman, laga do camera. Achhe shots chahiye mujhe. So we start with my story, and it's a story that starts from the day I was born. In fact, it predates the day I was born till the day I signed my first film. And after that, if you want to know more about films and my film journey, we can talk about it in a Q&A. Right, Vasi? Yeah. I was born in the year 1959. Don't calculate. It's in December. And my father passed away in 1959. In the May of 1959, 6 months before I was born. So I was born posthumously. No, please don't make sad faces. Why are you making sad faces? Oh, bicharo, bichara. No, it's not a sad story. It's not so sad. It gets worse. Wait, let me get on. So, I'm feeling very awkward, you know. People are sitting in the wings. Normally the audience is here, but people are sitting over here. So you can get the I'm sucking it in so much, I'm getting a backache. Okay. See, it's very important to pepper it with a little humor, because you talk about death and you know whatnot, everybody, no, it's not that. Right. So my father died, and I was born into a family full of women. I was surrounded by women all the time. Mother, she survived. She was almost dying, and I was dying too. 3 sisters before me, of course, couldn't be younger, naturally. 5 cousins, 4 aunts from one side and 5 from the other. Good God. I was surrounded by women who were, for the first few years, were just crying. And I grew up with a lot of complexes. I did not know what a man was like, because hardly anyone came to the home. And I didn't have any uncles. I did not know what a man was like till I was much older. And I never heard a male baritone voice till I was a little bigger. And it scared the hell out of me. And I was always mollycoddled, and I was always protected. And that made me extremely shy and nervous as a child. Growing up is never easy. Growing up, for a lot of people, is the hardest thing to do. Growing pains, as we know. And my pains were very, very complicated. So much so that I was born with a speech defect. A couple of speech defects, actually. And if I do that for you right now, you'll say, hey, this sounds really funny. Like, I have to talk with my tongue sticking out. Much like virus. Much like virus spoke. And every time I spoke, someone would laugh. It's funny. There's so many classes in our school. And everybody would say, yeah, this guy, speak, show your tongue and speak, yeah. And I'd say, I'm like damaged goods. And I never spoke. I never spoke because I thought that something's wrong with me. So much so that when I went to St. Mary's School for an education, and it's very important for educationists to know about this. There was a lady I met earlier, right? So when I went to St. Mary's School, Father Molinet was the principal, and he knew about the condition of the family. My mother was a shopkeeper. She ran a little mom and pop store, as they call it, and that was her life, and she had to kind of start providing for the family. And when we went to school, Father Molinet told my mother, Mrs. Irnai, don't you worry. We know what's happened in your family, and we will take your son in. I just want to ask him a couple of questions. She said, sure. So he wanted to show me a couple of photographs of animals, and if I identified the animals, that was like an entrance test. There you go. Simple. Guess what? He showed me the photograph of a horse. Now I said, there's an S in this. If I say horse, he'll say I'm an idiot. So what do? I didn't answer only. Well, मैं जवाब ही नहीं दूंगा. I won't answer. Mummy is pinching my bum like that. Boman, bull, you know that. Bull. I said, okay. Showed me another photograph, a picture of a mouth. I was not going to say it. मैं क्यों बोलूं? He'll think I'm a fool. So I didn't answer. But guess what happened? I did not get admission in St. Mary's School. I got rejected because of that. Would you believe it? I go home and my mother is crying in the car. Why didn't you answer? You know Parsi. Anybody knows Parsis over here? Everybody knows who a Parsi is, right? I get very upset if you don't know who a Parsi is. Delhi people don't know who Parsis are. You know? Okay. Vasvi, tell me, name 5 Parsis. Khalas. She became like Donald Trump suddenly. They're terrific people. I just love the Parsis. I love the food, yeah. Name 5 Parsis, come on. Ratan, oh, thank you, Vasvi, you got it. Ratan Tata. Anyone else? Who? Driver? One sec, girls, calm down. Yes, you were saying? Watchmaker. He's famous? Yeah, darling, how sweet, yeah. Anybody else? Cyrus Mistry. Well, we won't go there. Rusi Modi, Colonel Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, Soli Sorabji, the Godreges, Freddie Mercury was a Parsi, just by the way. And of course, Prince Charles of England. What are you laughing for? You don't think Prince Charles is a Parsi, man? Look at his nose, it's like mine. He's a Parsi. Very naughty class this is. So anyway, so I go home and then, my mother was very morose and then the principal calls up one fine day, 10 days later. And guess what he says? And I think that's a mark of a great educationist. And he said, Mrs. Irnai, we are educationists and I think we've done something very wrong. Which child doesn't know what a horse is? Which child doesn't know what a mouse is? He knows. He doesn't want to answer right now. Someday he will. And that's my job. And he gave me admission in St. Mary's School. So great, we got some energy in the room. So I went to St. Mary's School and guess what? The problems persisted. And the problem persisted because we found out that I had dyslexia. I had dyscalculia, which I still have. I go on the wrong floor every time and open the wrong hotel room every single time. Sometimes on purpose. and all kinds of stupid things. Attention deficiency syndrome. And I really had trouble with my grades. And I'm really grateful to Amir Khan for teaching us what dyslexia is in that wonderful movie Tare Zameen Par. I think we want a round of applause for Amir Khan. Nobody knew what dyslexia was. Do you know what the technical term for dyslexia was in the 60s when I was born? I'm a 50s baby, just by the way. Does anybody know what the technical term for dyslexia was? Can I tell you? Duffer. I was called Duffer. By who? The neighbor's mom. The neighbor's mom are the worst kind of people. They make you feel stupid so that their stupid son looks less stupid. And don't you forget, mummies, that in some way or the other, we are also neighbors' moms. Very important. And sometimes, I don't know, we put too much pressure on our kids to get 98.4%. 98.4% is not normal. That's our body temperature. That's normal. But kids getting 90s and crying and think that they have disappointed their parents, that's not normal. Children should feel satisfied in what they do, not satisfied in making their parents happy so that they can tout to the whole world like the neighbor's mom that my son got 90, but still didn't get into medical college, but that's another story. So there are all kinds of intelligences, there are all kinds of, there is academic intelligence, there's creative intelligence, there's sporting intelligence. And it's very important to inculcate that in our children, but that's the only preach I'm going to make today. Anyway, so I got past till the 4th or 5th standard. I never opened my mouth. I never spoke in class. I used to get remarks in my calendar for not talking. Why? Because I had a speech defect, plus I didn't know the answers. I didn't know the answers. Finally, mummy sent me to a speech therapist, and they put marbles in my mouth and, did exercises. I swallowed a few marbles, but here I am. You give me a mic now, I won't shut up for 4 hours. I passed out of St. Mary's School. I passed out of St. Mary's School in, we forget what year. I passed out of St. Mary's School with a high 3rd class. With a high 3rd class. And guess what? He passed. He passed, and he passed in maths in his whole life. He's never passed in maths. My son passed. Wow. Mom was so proud. But I didn't know what to do with myself after that, because in the 70s, what could you take up as a profession? Today we can do anything. We can become makeup artists and make lots more money. Maybe not as much as ARG, but lots more money than we can ever do. And there's so many. Shamak Dava has become a dancer. He has there's institutes all over the world being a dancer. Can you imagine? Son of an educationist becomes a dancer, and he makes good. But then there was only lawyer, doctor, engineer, and a hot new stream of studies called CA. What's CA? They write articles. I thought journalists write articles. So there we were. And I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't want to study. I'm a little anti-establishment. So I took an assessment of myself, and that's something that I do every day, every 5 years, and see what I'm doing right. Judge myself and pick on something. So guess what I did? I said, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good, and I decided to become a waiter. I decided to become a waiter. I said, I'll do very well as a waiter. I'll be a fantastic waiter. I'll have style. Baritone mein baat karunga. Hello. I thought I'll start practicing as a waiter. And I went to my granny. Now, it's very important to know where we come from. Not where I come from, but where we come from. And sometimes we forget that. When we reach a certain strata of society, we kind of forget where not only we come from, but maybe where our grandparents came from. And my grandparents came from Iran. They came from Iran, Zoroastrians, there was persecution, much like the refugee crisis we have today. Believe it or not, I'm a child of immigrant parents. In this country, I don't feel any different from any one of you. Neither did my grandma. Neither. And guess how they came? They came and they rode across the desert on a donkey. On a donkey. All right? They rode across the desert in a donkey, much like biblical times. But these are not biblical times. I have met my grandparents. We're talking about now. And they sailed from Khurramshah. They stayed the night in a tent, and from Khurramshah, they came to Mumbai in a sailboat, in a dhow. And my father was dying in the boat as a 1-year-old. And my grandmother tells us, I didn't know what to do with the child. What if the child died? What am I supposed to do? Wait till we reach Bombay? Or am I supposed to put him in the sea? These are the kind of grandparents, and this is the kind of lineage that I come from. So I feel extremely awkward when people tell me, how was the flight? I think of my grandmother. How is your suite? I think of my grandmother. Never forget where you came from. And I'm here to do a job. And I have never, and I consciously never let the perks of my job overtake the job itself. So I went to grandmother, granny saying, you want to be a waiter? I said, yes. Very good. Very good. But be the best damn waiter there ever was. I mean, that's simple as that. That stuck in my head. I said, I'm going to be the best. And it's stuck in my head all the time. So I go, and I go to the best. Thankfully, we're not in a hotel. I do it in other hotels. This speech in another hotel, and I say, go to the best hotel, Taj Mahal. And everybody, all the waiters look the other way. Kya baat kar rahe yaar ye Taj Mahal. I go to the Taj Mahal Palace in Mumbai. And there was a Parsi general manager called Sam Bhada. Okay? Parsis are quite khadus, principal khadus. I mean, we had a field marshal. What the hell? He used to, talk to Indira Gandhi, with authority. Mrs. Indira Gandhi. He was a tough guy. So Sam Bhada is like the Sam Manekshaw of hotels. Yeah, I'm not joking. Yeah, what do you want? I said, I've come for a job, sir. थोड़ा baritone में बात किया. Come from a job, sir. Which department? Style में बोलने का. It sounded good, no? So I said, food and beverage. See, my take on life is, you reach for the stars, but you land on the treetops. So I went to Taj Mahal Hotel and I said, food and beverage. So he said, idiot, the whole hotel business is about food and beverage. Which department? I said, again, reach for the stars. The Rendezvous. The French restaurant at the top of the Taj Mahal. Oh, very good. I like your ambition. Yeah, very nice. You want to start at the top? I said, yes, sir. Idiot. Start at the bottom. Not even the bottom. Start in the basement. Go to room service. And he shoved me to room service. And that stuck in my head, I want to go through some pictures before I go on with my story. Oh. That's me on my Navjot Janoi ceremony. That's my dad in the frame over there. He looks like the Indian Umar Sharif. And that's me, confused, dazed and confused. And that's my mom in the picture behind there. Your husband just said, wow. That's my mom you're talking about. My mother. So you don't say, would you say wow to somebody's mother, young mother? What the hell, man? She looks nice, huh? Because it's Marilyn Monroe. See, I got him. You can see, you have to yank your neck to see. I'm so sorry about this. These organs, these picky people don't organ. What is this? They've not done it properly. I'm joking, Vasu, I'm joking. So then I went to Taj Mahal Hotel and I go to room service and my God, it's tough. Like Donald Trump says, I didn't know being a president was going to be that tough. Same way I'm saying it. He said, I don't know why it's going to be that tough. My earlier life was easier. But my earlier life was easier, and this was really tough carrying tray. Hi, good morning. And then you have to do namaste also in the middle of the tray. Hello, good morning. And I did that, and I was really, really happy. I used to get swollen feet, and Taj Mahal Hotel used to serve tea for 9 rupees. 9 rupees in room service. When tea in the Irani restaurant used to be 25 paisa. They're still ripping us off, these hotels. Any hotel people here? Go, hey, who are the hotel people? I'm joking. Who? Nobody's even identified. You're from the hotel. Which hotel, ma'am? It's the best hotel in the world. You too? It's the best hotel in the world. Sorry? You're from the Taj Group of hotels? You all fight it out now, boss. You all fight it out. No, but it's such a wonderful hotel, I must say. It's so wonderful, room service, it's superb. And it's all free. But I used to go and carry trays and put trays in hotel rooms. And one day, it was so fancy. And in those days, we didn't know that this is the way people just signed on things. Wow, for a young guy, I'm saying, wow, polish. हम लोग तो Udupi होटल में वो छोटी सी स्टेनलेस स्टील की वाटी में आता था वो बड़ी शेप के साथ और इतनी कापली पे हाथ से लिख के देता. ये तो folder, leather folder, and people signed, and I felt really posh being the waiter in a Taj Mahal hotel, and it felt good. I'll tell you, it got better. I'll tell you why it got better. One day, 9 rupee tea, and the guy puts 5 rupees. I said, sir, I'm so sorry. Sir, it's 9 rupees. He said, no, son, that's for you. $5 for me? Bichara Boman made $5. Wow. I was so impressed with myself. I called up my mother. I said, Mom, hello, what happened, beta? What happened? I made 5 rupees, my first 5 rupees. ARG called up his dad and said, I made my first million, Dad. I made my first. Joking. So that was it. That's it. Yeah, 5 rupees. And it felt so good because that's the stuff I made on my own as Bichara Boman, a guy who had no future. Right? I, of course, worked in room service. Then I went to the coffee shop for a short while, went to the Apollo bar, and from the Apollo bar next door was the French restaurant, the Rendezvous, which means destination, meeting place. How ironic. I made it to my destination, something that I wanted to do. And I started learning French and all. Le rendezvous de foie de mai, la crème de basilic, pistil de ça. I said, wow, you speak French? Yeah, only the menu. And then my mom calls me up one day and says that, I met with an accident. I said, you must be fine if you're talking to me on the phone. So, broken ribs, but I can't go to the shop. So I had to go and sit at our shop. We used to make potato chips, all right? Wafers. We used to slice them, we used to fry them, and we used to sell them. Right across the counter. Garam, hot wafers. The first wafer shop in Bombay started by my grandfather, my father ran it, and then my mommy picked it up, which was when it was in shambles, and then I had to sit there. And I kind of settled in over there. And everybody said, what do you want to do, this hotel business? Come, you got family business, Yeah, great. And it felt good. I had 8 people working under me. 8. Yeah. Good morning. Yeah, it felt good. They used to call me Boman Seth. It felt great. Wow, Boman Seth. Chalo. But I decided that we had got to make the best wafers in the business. One fine day, the most beautiful woman walked into my shop. My mother-in-law. You all didn't see that coming, huh? But see, the wives are not laughing too loudly. Huh? The husbands laugh a lot. But you're sitting next to your wife, so you're not laughing too loudly. Huh? My mother-in-law walked in. He walked in with her daughter. Thank you. And I used to stand in my, sadra, and I used to fry wafers also, just to impress, with bandana and all. Yeah. Try to look macho and all. All the girls will come to have. Nobody came. Only my mother-in-law came with that girl. And that's where I met Zenobia. She used to buy wafers every day. She used to go home and her father say, every day, what are you buying wafers for every day, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? So she used to still buy wafers every day, and at the end of the road, she would go and give it to a person who was begging. By the time we got married, the beggar was that fat. So we got married. I got married at the age of 25. That's my golden wafer company. And look at that. That's a shop that's not much bigger than this stage, all right? Then the left is a bhatti. There's a can of oil over there. We used to fry it through the wall, pass it and sell it over there. That's my wife and I, around the time we got married. And that side of the frame, all right, that side. I'm sorry, I'm not neglecting you all, no? Yeah, that's this side of the frame for you. That side of, see, I'm so considerate. That side of the frame is a dead end. It's a street that has a dead end. And don't ask me why people used to come to buy the wafers. But they'll drive to a dead end street to buy your stuff if it's good. A great actor called Al Pacino gave the best advice to an actor. Say, how do I make it in the film industry? How do I make my contacts? He's saying, don't make any contacts. Just become the best damn actor, and they'll come and find you even in Siberia. I think that's so wonderful. And this was it. Yeah. We used to, line lagti thi wafer kharidne ke liye. Line, yeah. And so I was doing well. It was wonderful. And that was it. That was it. Comfortable. Happy. But then I got married at the age of 25. No, that was not meant to be a joke. I got married at the age of 25. That's me. And before I turned 26, I became a dad. Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you made a face. I have to address this. What did I say? Look, ladies and gentlemen, camera mere pe laga. Ma'am, what did I say? I said I got married at the age of 25, and by the time I turned 26, I became a father. She said, No, it's reality, but she was calculating in her head. Tick, 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 tick. I could see, 25, 26, suppose they got married, say, in Feb. And suppose. So, ma'am, you made that face. Yeah, you did. Don't worry, you were not the only one. All these ladies who are laughing, they are the biggest. They were the ones who thought first before you also. I get that a lot. Let me tell you. Do the calculation for me. I'm not good at maths. I got married on the 20th of January and my baby was born, Danish was born on the 26th of November. Do the math. Correct, na? Maybe tension mein aa gaya. She's thinking herself. Baby, legal Parsi baby. You know, the Parsis are the smallest community in the world. There are 69,000 Parsis left on this planet. That's it. I mean, come on, man. All the priests and all the community elders come to me and say, Boman, do something. I said, what the hell do you want me to do, man? No, advise him. I can't advise him, uncle. What are you talking about? No, advise him. So what do you want me to go on the honeymoon and supervise? No, I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? Say, no. Tell them, make more babies. I said, yeah, okay. Make more babies. All these conservationists, and I speak for climate change and conservationists and all of whatnot. But they go on and on. There's nothing else. I'm sorry, there must be few of you in this room, and this is just a joke. But they go on and on about save the tiger. Save the tiger. We must save the Bengal tiger. We must save the tiger. I said, damn the tiger, save the Parsi. We got status of tribe. The government was giving us the status of a tribe, which is great benefits being a tribe. But we did not pass the bow and arrow test, So we did. But I don't think, we are an endangered species. I think we are more like a collector's item. It's so wonderful being a Parsi, actually. People make fun of you and they still love you at the same time. So where were we, ma'am? Save the tiger. So Danish was born legally 9 months later. 9 months. It's 9 months, right? 10 ho gaya? No wonder he's so bloody huge. Look at him. And now he's become a dad and he's made me a grandfather. So, yeah. Today is 10 months and 3 days of me being a grandfather. And then Kayo came 3 years later. And that was it. Fantastic. And then, you know, in any story, in any film, in any book, there has to be two things. One has to be the want of the character. What does the character want out of life? And the moment you figure that out, your journey begins. Otherwise, that's a journey that is not worth talking about. And the other thing is, to write a good screenplay is to have the intention and obstacle. So everything has to have intention and obstacle and change, and the character has to change. And this is where things took a change. I realized that after 7 years of my marriage, I had never taken my family out for a holiday. Not even outside of Mumbai to Lonavala, which you'll make so much fun of Delhi people. What is this Lonavala? You know, I know. Yeah. You know, we got all the fancy hill stations here. Y'all are fancier than us, let's face it. Y'all are. Even the hotels are better. I mean, well, ma'am, you don't feel offended, okay? No, but I have to have one person who I feel is like my friend, but I'm your house guest, so I'm like your friend now. So that struck me and stung me that, I mean, what the hell? Comfort zones. Comfort zones are the most terrible things in the world. The most terrible things. The day you made it, you've not made it. The day you've made it in life, you're going to be vegetating from that day on. And I thought, in my level of scheme of things, I had made it. They used to call me Boman Seth, line lagti hai wafer ke liye. But I did not have the time, nor the money, nor the resources to go for a holiday. Take my family out for a holiday. We just had enough money to go to a movie every Friday and on festivals to buy new clothes and go and check out the menu outside and pretend, and check and see if it's a hotel or restaurant that is good enough to go after the movie. Believe it or not, I used to do that. Believe it or not. So I said, I need to take my family out for a holiday. I had collected a reasonable amount of tips that I put in a piggy bank at the Taj Mahal Hotel for my tips. And I cracked that piggy bank open. And I cracked that piggy bank open and I said, I can't spend this money on a holiday. So what I decided to do was buy myself a camera. All my life, all I ever wanted is to do something creative. Whether it's a camera, that was my first release. I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I always liked to perform. My mother encouraged me to perform. She realized that academically, nothing much, but he's a performer. And he's a decent actor, and he can sing, and he can... I always wanted to be, in many ways, where I am today. I always wanted to be. And here, I thought camera will be a great escape. So I picked up the camera and started taking photographs of sports. Because sports is a great place where children play. And mummies buy photographs of children playing. You see? So I would go into cricket matches, and then motorcycle races, motocross races, and the road race, and I would go and cover it and get 25 rupees a photograph. And it was such a great achievement for me, because that's not coming from the shop, that's coming from my own creative belly, which my belly, women on the side over here can see my belly, but this belly is big not because I've overeaten. And I did overeat last night. This belly is big because there's a creative monkey sitting inside. And that creative monkey is dying to jump out every now and then. And I wanted to do something creative. And you got to chase that. So I started taking photographs. And I started selling the photographs. And I made a reasonable amount of money. And I took my family to Ooty. And I made a phone call, 3-number phone, 125 or something like that. Booked the call. PP, no PP, urgent, ordinary, lightning, super lightning. I said, just get me the hotel. I looked through the yellow pages. I found a hotel. It was called Hotel Shoreham Palace. It has palace with it. Great. Okay. And we went to Ooty. We went by the Udyan Express to Bangalore, got off from the Udyan Express, cost an ST bus, the 4 of us. And we went and reached Ooty. Went to a rickshaw. 4 of us piled into the rickshaw, put our bags on our laps. And there you go. Where you want to go? I said, Hotel Shoreham Palace. Style mein bolne ka. Style mein. Hotel Shoreham Palace. I don't know. So I showed him the cutting from the yellow pages, the classified ads. There was no internet that day, those days, right? So he took us over there. And believe me, I don't think you all may be familiar with this, but we got out of the rickshaw and we faced the hotel. And it was like a poster of a Hindi movie or a foreign movie. You know, you're staring at this hotel, holding hands and bags and the back sunset coming down. And have you all ever seen a Ramsey picture film? It's like a set of a horror film. I'm not joking, you know. I'm petrified, not because of the set, but what will my wife think? And we go and we are left and the rickshaw go, we are left in smoke and we're standing over there looking at this place. And my wife, you know, when she gets upset, she doesn't say much. She only uses her expressions. If I neglect you ladies, I will come and... Yeah. I'm sorry, this is becoming too much. Huh? So Parliament is also something like this. No wonder half the Parliament doesn't know what the hell is going on. That was a quick one, not bad. Not bad. ये बाबा तुम लोग ये record कर रहे हो हाँ मत करना cut edit करना. So I'm a quick thinking. I'm actor at heart ना. दिल में actor ही हूँ तो मैं ऐसा बोला. Quickly improvised, darling. Darling, it's a heritage hotel. In interior will be much better. Exterior they can't touch. Those are the rules, na? Okay, yeah. Wow. We went inside the hotel. Went inside the hotel, and there was an old man at the reception. He gave me a key the size of Donald Trump's hand, you know. With a big billa, and we went, and the door was huge with that cutty go, that type. No card swipes nonsense, huh? None of that. So he opened the door, and then he opened the door of the room. Just like the horror film. And went inside. Went inside the room. Black. Dark, pitch black. So I said, okay, light, one moment. He was born the same year the hotel was inaugurated. I couldn't see his face. There was a light came on, but it was still pitch black. Because there was a 0 number bulb in the room. 0! And I'm saying to him, what the hell have I gone and done, man? What did I do? This is not what I wanted to do. There was a 0 number bulb, and that guy said, enjoy. And he went. I'm standing over there, and I'm not ashamed to say anything because today I can. At that time I was really ashamed. I stood over there, and I started crying. What do? You're facing your wife and children. Excuse me. My children had never been to a hotel before. They were jumping on the bed. They thought it's a pretty cool place, man. But I started crying. And then, of course, much before Dhoni and Virat and all were doing these huddles, I got my family, we huddled together. I cried, and then we started laughing at the stupidity of it all. And what we did was, I went out, and I went to a hotel which was under construction, and got a room for 4 days instead of 8. And we shifted. And let me tell you, it turned out to be, these are some of the sports pictures that I did to get to this hotel, palace, no. There it is. There it is. The most innocent, happy. I've traveled the world in the 7 seas, ladies and gentlemen, but I have never had more satisfaction than being in that under construction hotel. And you can see my paunch over there? See my paunch over there? Yeah? Can you see? That's not a paunch. That's a part. It's a very Indian thing. We carry our money in a pouch and hang it, like that. I mean, no koi chori karega, Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but a lot of people used to carry it in a pouch, and the pouch came outside, and people used to walk like that. One. This is, and there it was. We had the best. But I came back and I said, if I have to make it in the creative world, and if I need to make money, I got to not do the simple things now. You got to reach for the stars, and I want to land on the treetops. You reach for the stars, you land on the treetops. That's the thing. And the World Cup of boxing was coming to India. The World Cup of boxing. And I was a good sports photographer. I was specialized in sports photography. Even when a person who didn't have work, I specialized, right? Which is good. And I went and met the president of the Olympic Boxing Committee, also a Parsi. More khadus than Sambara. His name was Aspi Adajania. Okay? Father of Homi Adajania, the filmmaker. That's why I have to do all his films here. Okay. Anyway, I went to him and I met him. What do you want? Saying, sir, I'd like to be, style mein bolne ka, I'd like to be the official photographer of the World Cup. Oh, no, we don't need any official photographer. There's no such thing here. You go, you get our photographs from the journalists, they give it to us for free. Thank you. Itna rehearse karke gaya tha. And this guy just brushed me aside. So I got up and I was moving like a zombie. And I said to myself, hey, don't forget to say your lines. You practice your lines. Here's your stage. Don't forget to say your lines. So I went back and said, sir, I have a deal for you. Oh, you got a deal for me, yeah? What kind of deal? Say, I will work in your office. I'll go to the shop, I'll come in the evening, I'll close the shop, I'll come in the evening, I'll clean it up, I'll do your type out your mail, I'll deliver your mail, I'll sell tickets, I'll make coffee. You say what you want. But after 6 months, give me a badge to be on ringside. I'll take photographs and I'll sell them. I was thinking that 25 ke badaye 100 rupees I was be able to sell photographs. Says, okay, we'll think about it. Okay. Anyway, so I said, mera dialogue to bola na maine. Come here. Yes, sir. Tell me one thing. Have you ever taken a photograph of a boxing match? I said, no. So you have some cheek to walk into my office and say you want to be the official photographer of the World Cup. First, pay your dues. Same thing that Sam Bara said. Pay your dues. That's most important. There are no magic bullets in anything. You think you're a good sports photographer, but you're not a good boxing sports photographer. And I went to photograph a boxing tournament, the Western India Boxing Association tournament. It was so bad. Thin, knobbly guys with knobbly knees. वो type का boxing. बोला, अरे यार, मैं कैसे लूँगा photographs इनके? Yeah, what will I do? I've got to prove that I'm a photographer with all this horrible boxing going. They sniff. I don't know why boxers sniff when they punch. I'm saying to myself, man, what do I do? If God gives you lemons, you make lemonade. But these are rotten lemons, you know. And I wanted orange juice from the lemonade. I mean, I needed something more. Then I said, okay, if that's what it is, let me make the most of it. And I started shooting like a man possessed. I was going to get the best boxing pictures out of that rotten boxing. I mean, it wasn't, some bouts were not bad. But I would stand different from all the journalists. They were getting one shot, they would get their shot, they would go to and finish off, have their cigarette, and they would go. I would stand somewhere else. If they were there, I would be there. If they were there, I would be there. I would take shots from under the stool. I went up on the tarafas, the catwalk, and I was taking pictures, and I said, I was man-possessed. This is what I have to do. And I go back after 14 days, and I go and visit Aspi Adajania's office. I went with an envelope with my photographs, and I placed them on the table. Guess what he did? Guess what he did? He took the photographs, that envelope, he opened the drawer, and he put them in the drawer. Tadak! I stood there, pretty defeated. I said, no, man. Then he opened another drawer. And he took out an envelope himself. And he gave it to me. And I opened it. And it said, you have been appointed official photographer of the World Cup. Now, I'm saying to myself, why did he do that? Can anybody tell me why? Ma'am, don't go, ma'am. It's such a wonderful morning. Where are you going, ma'am? Where are you going, darling? Okay, that's honest. That's honest. Okay. Shall we wait for you or shall I continue? We are waiting. That was the sweetest thing I ever heard. Ma'am, no, don't make small talk. Ma'am, go, we are all waiting. So sweet. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed with your honesty, but sometimes too much honesty is also not good. But don't tell her, we'll have to continue. When he comes back, we'll say we waited for you. So, he gave me the... Can anybody tell me why he did that? He was rough on me. He didn't see my photographs. He gave me an envelope. He appointed me. Why? Can anyone tell me? Yes, ma'am.
He wanted to try you out.
True. Ma'am is saying he wanted to drive out. Yes, ma'am. Sorry? Talent. He didn't know I'm talented. He didn't know. He had not seen the photographs. Yes. Yeah, you know, some people know it. That's great human resource, actually. People know. You see, what happens is, people can see the fire in the belly. They can see it a mile away. They know how passionate you are. It's not that just... Talent is another thing. You may have the talent, you may not have the passion. Sachin Tendulkar had the talent and the passion. Virat Kohli has the talent and the passion. I tell youngsters when I go to school, I said, you want to be like Virat Kohli? What are you impressed with? That you can scream at an audience, spectators of 60, 70,000 people doing after he hits a 4 or a 6? No, don't practice doing that. Practice what he does in the nets. That's important. And you can see the passion. I tell salespeople when I do sales conferences, I tell salespeople, sometimes people aren't buying your product just because of the product. They're competitive products, equally priced and equally good. Why are they buying it? Because of you. Whether you'll back your product and if you really believe genuinely, not spewing words that are disingenuous. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm just killing time till the wonderful lady comes back. So he gave me, and then he opened the photographs and he says, Boman, these are some of the best pictures I've seen on boxing. I said, wow. I felt very, very happy and very, very proud. And he went inside and he brought a blazer with my name on it. And I think that's so important, and every once in a while, I decide, if you take control of yourself, and if you decide and throw it in the universe, ke mujhe ye karna hai, ye banna hai, you will, and the people, it'll all come together for you. It's like, it's a miracle of sorts. And they're all at the World Cup. Next thing I know, the World Cup is afoot. There we are. I'm standing there with this blazer and taking photographs ringside. Before that, this is the turning point in my life. I needed to make money if I was to leave the shop. And I did not have the money. So, I don't know how much SP was paying me for this job. For the 10 days work, I got 2,000 rupees. Okay. But he called me up and said, Boman, there is this boxer from Norway. He is the only sponsored boxer. These are boxers who are Olympians. This is a big event. And he wants 3 pictures, go and meet him. So I go and meet the manager of the Norwegian boxing team. And there's this boxer called Ola Clemetson. Please, ladies, you remember the name Ola? Say it, come on, let's have energy in the room. Ola, ARG, Sangeeta, they have come from Australia and I think they're probably jet lagging. But I'm so impressed you're still awake. This is the 5th time you're seeing this. Wow. So I go there and he says, Mr. Irani, we want 3 photographs. So what 3 photographs? First photograph, I want action picture. Ha! Punch! Yeah, all sweat flying, spittle flying, and face distorted and all that. He said, you can do it? I said, yeah, I can do that. Great. Second photograph, I want Ola will be standing over the guy he's knocked out. So when you're knocked out, you're flat on the floor, and you're dancing on top of him. Second picture. And what about the third picture? Oh yes, I will be standing at the corner, and Ola will come to me, he'll give me a Norwegian flag, and he'll give me an Indian flag, and he will wave them out. And that's the picture. I said, great. Will you do it? And he asked me a very, very important question. He said, which I have no answer for, because I'm not a businessman, as you can see. How much will you charge? I can't say 25 rupees. Right? So I didn't have an answer. Can anybody tell me what I should have said? Anybody? 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 100 rupees? No, I think that if I gave the wrong price, he would know that I'm not a professional and I'm an amateur doing my first professional job. I didn't want to disclose that. I didn't want to throw a price I didn't know about, right? Anything is also unprofessional. Anything could be chalega. But then, what if I was overcharging? What if I was overcharging? What do you think is fine is also, to me, unprofessional. But I think I gave the best business answer that I have probably ever given. You'll help me with a little acting? Yeah? Okay. What's your name? Garima. Garima's going to she's going to be the Norwegian boxing coach. Normally I have to go and pick up a guy to do this, but... Okay, let's embarrass Ayarji. Ayarji, where are you going? In front of all these women you did. So you have to say, so how much will you charge?
How much would you charge?
That Norwegian mein bolo na baba. Take two. That sounded like you had a bad throat and you were clearing it. You were gargling.
How much would you charge?
That's mix of Chinese and German, just by the way. Take four.
Oh, I pass it here. How much would you charge?
Give me international rates. That's the answer I gave. Yeah. I said, yeah. Why should I not charge international rates? You're going to pay somebody else. If you were in England, you'll be paying the Englishman international rates. You're going to Japan, you'll pay the Japanese guy international rates. I'm in India. And that time we used to be very, very conscious. And we always had we were a little Western world ka thoda. Ha. I said that. He said, yeah, okay, fine. I said, wow, but I need to know what international rates are. I don't know what the hell it is. So I went to this guy called Sabby Fernandez. He was with the Midday that time. Old man, Christian photographer, sports photographer. And I said, Sabby uncle, how much should I charge? I'm getting a chance for Norwegian paper. Sparking, even I can hear it. Sparking. I'm not, yeah. Some crackling is happening here. Somebody from the theater. Where do you see it, ma'am? Where did you see it? You can hear it. I can't smell it, I can't see smoke, but there's some crackling happening here. I'm neglecting. It's gone. See that? Thank you very much. Thank you. Take it easy, guys. Oh yeah, mon malmal dena. It's gone, right? But ma'am, you pointed that side. Okay. Hi, Haji. Thank you. So I had to find out from Sabby Fan. I said, Sabby uncle, how much should I charge for 3 photographs in a foreign magazine and newspaper tabloid? Saying, Boman, I'm so impressed that your photographs are going. I'm very happy. I said, uncle, price bolo na baba. He says, look, internationally, if your photographs are good, and it's a good magazine, guess how much they'll pay you? I said, how much? He said, $60 per picture. Really, Sabby? Yeah, don't worry. You are Boman, you'll do very well. You have my blessings, my son. I said, thanks, Sabby, uncle. He says, but you know what? If your photographs are really superb, and it's a really great magazine, you get $100 per picture. I said, what? He says, yeah. So 3 pictures, 60. I started doing mathematics, which I don't understand. 60 into 3, 180. 100 into 3, don't need help. 300, right? And I was so ecstatic. Comes the day of the fight. And Ola Clemenson is going to be fighting the German champion, who was also the gold medalist. I don't know how he was saying he's going to knock him out flat. And the bell rang, tang tang, and the fight started. Tuck, 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 tuck. I could see my $300 fly away like that. Because the German was kicking the hell out of Ola. Ulta ho gaya. Main sab mere camera ke saath mein aise beta tha. What the hell is going? This is not the script. Hey, you are supposed to help me. Come on. And this guy, top. And he kept on hammering the hell out of him. And I said, no. Just do your job. Don't worry about anything. The outcome is not your responsibility. Take the pictures, they may use them, may not use them, doesn't matter. Do the job, focus. And I picked up my camera and I just kept waiting. They came dancing from here. In boxing, you dance. They dance and they came right there posing in front of me. Like it was in a studio. They stood there and Ola swung one. Took the shot, $60 in the pocket. And then the German guy goes rocking like that and whack, he falls on the ground. An older dancer with him. It was thumb winding. One shot at a time. No motor drive. I said, I got it. I said, I can't believe this. I was there. I was there and I took the pictures. And then I'm giving mental telepathy. I said, Ola, you dumb fellow, go to the corner and pick up the flag. In my head. So Ola, yeah. And he goes, he picks up the flags and he comes on. I got the third picture. I ran to someone's house who was working in a studio. He had a studio, a dark room in his house. We printed the pictures. And how do I send the pictures? Courier. There was no other way. But guess what? There was a fine new technology in those days called radio photo. And for radio photo, you had to scan the pictures, 2 hours a scan. And you could send it through the air. Much before the internet came out. This was at VSNL, Mumbai. I go there, and that guy gives me a ticket and says, Jao. And that scanning machine looked like a washing machine, you know, with a cylinder. I said, hell, this is high tech, man. He didn't know with our mobiles he'll be ahead of James Bond in a few years after that. And I went home, and it was late, and my wife, she's sitting in an old Parsi house on the steps, ground floor. She's sitting like that. I come on my scooter like that. I don't know why I was driving a scooter. And I come. She tells me, expression only, no talk. When she has to talk, she talks, just by the way. I said. By the time we get up from the steps and we go, the phone rings, long ring, trunk call. Pick up the phone. Hello? Hello. Is it Boman Irnai? I said, yes. This is Mr. Triga Sandabo. I said, yes, Mr. Sandabo. The photographs. I said, yes. They have not arrived. I said, okay, sir, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. I put on the phone. I said, bloody hell, the photographs have not arrived. It's been hours. Right? So I call up BSNL and give him the ticket number. I said, hello, ये ticket number है, क्या हुआ? हाँ, वो ना, boxing वाला ना? हाँ, नहीं भेजा. What? नहीं भेजा. क्यों नहीं भेजा? अरे नहीं, वो चीफ मिनिस्टर का मीटिंग था ना, तो हम लोग को स्कैनर over there clapping. वो चीफ मिनिस्टर का मीटिंग, वो हम सब चीफ मिनिस्टर मालदीव्स जा रहे, तो वो स्कैनर को हमको भेजा. लिया क्यों फिर मेरा ऑर्डर? ने क्या करेगा, वो कोई था नहीं ना. I said, first of all, stop saying chief minister. It's chief minister. I said, I can't take this line. I can't say that. No, khatam ho gaya. No, they didn't send. I can't do that. So I got on my scooter and drove like James Bond. And I went over there and I gave him the speech of my life. Matlab, I've never acted better. Performance. शर्म आनी चाहिए हम लोगों को. हमने काम लिया हाथ में, हम दुनिया के सामने क्या मुंह दिखाएंगे कि एक काम नहीं करा. That guy said, अरे बाबा जी ठंडा हो जाओ यार. Yeah. And he was looking in the corner and the scanner was packed and put away. Ma'am, come back, huh? You'll come, no? Yeah. She's showing numbers. In 2 minutes, oh, thank God. Everybody in Delhi is very, very expressive, I must say. And explicit, man. One lady did this, one lady is doing this. What the hell is going on? I don't need to know the details. Just say. 2 minutes. The lady in the blue is back? She's not back. What liars, my God. The rest of us are having fun? Yeah. So I go there and I'm screaming and you know, he said, no, क्या है, वो staff चले गया तो मेरे को packing करने के लिए कोई नहीं था तो मैंने pack. I said, निकालो. We took out the damn washing machine, we plugged it, we pressed some button and he said, अभी आप जाओ. I said, no, मैं इधर ही बैठेगा. I said, sir, तुमको दिखेगा नहीं हवे से जा रहा है, आप जाओ अभी घर पे. I came home at 6 o'clock in the morning. My wife is sitting there on the steps. And again, what do I say, you know, you might as well say, I don't know, I did my best. That's all I know. I did my best. And as we were entering the house, the phone rang again. Hello. Mr. Irani? Yeah. This is Triga Sandabo from Norway. I said, yes, sir. The photographs? I said, yes, sir. They have arrived. नहीं आया तब जितना ही गुस्सा आया तब जितना ही गुस्सा. And, yes sir, they are fantastic. They are fantastic. So maybe, fantastic. Thank you, sir. Okay, now, I'm tired as hell, my head is throbbing, he's screaming. Now, the small matter of your payment. Why do they say small matter? Yeah, it's the only bloody matter. Yeah. I said, yeah, I told the manager that, whatever the international rates you pay, any other photographer pay. Okay, I find out. He put the phone on the side, put it on the cradle. Thank God it was not my call. Otherwise, in 10 minutes he went to make a discussion, so I would be paying that damn bill. So he goes in and comes back after 10 minutes. Discussion. All right, Mr. Irnai. So, मैं मेरे मन में बोल रहा हूँ, 180 तो 180, 300 तो 300, जो भी है. So, for 3 photographs, and because they are very good, fantastic, we'll pay you $300. We started doing Ramba Sama. Wow. Okay, Mr. Irnai, nice working with you. Fantastic photographs. Go to the manager and collect your $900. Okay, now this you can't do acting. In real life, you can't act this out. Mr. Irnai? Huh? Mr. Irnai? Huh? Are you not happy? Yeah, I'm happy, sir. I'm happy. I was stunned. It paid me $900. And it's something. I said, this is some kind of message. And I went to Chennai after that, Madras, then to shoot the first campaign. I mean, one of the early campaigns of MRF. The tires we race are the tires you buy. You would remember, right? At least you're honest to say that, we remember. Most people say, no, we don't. It was too long ago. And I stayed there for 3 months. I worked at a studio, a professional photographer, to learn professional studio photography, and I used to work in the day. I used to do his lighting. I used to make his coffee, make deliveries, type out bills, do all that kind of thing. And I was 32 years old. I had 2 kids, and I was Boman Seth. I said, that's not being Seth. This is being Seth, when you have control over your life and want to do what the hell you want to do with it. And I came back, and my wife used to write me a letter every day. Every day. 6-page letters. Every day. Mostly about the maid has not turned up. And all you guilty faces laughed the most. Hey, dandy, in Bombay we call it dandy. Dandy mara, Dandy means, I don't know what you say, call it in Delhi. Chutti, chutti leli. Chutti nahi, this is just didn't turn up. Anyway, so one day she calls me up and she says, Boman, Norway has sent a check. I said, hey, don't lodge the check because they've already paid us. There's some mistake. Okay, but keep that check. I want to have a look at it. So I go back after 3 months. My kids suddenly started looking bigger. And I said, show me the check. And she showed me the check of $900. It felt so nice, Dollars were not a very common thing we spoke in those days. And I opened them. Very proud. Opened the advice, and on the backside there was advice on that check. And it said, and it read, $900 for reusing your photographs. Reusage of your photographs? I said, what the hell is going on? Let's look for a studio. Let me become a professional photographer. This is the windfall that I needed, and a sign. You work hard, it'll be rewarded in some cosmic way or the other. This is cosmic. This is a miracle. Walking on water is not a miracle. This is a miracle. Somebody's sending you signs, right? And guess what? They send me another check of $900, and another check of $900, and another check of $900, and the last check was $600. And I said, hey, these guys, I'm cheating them. But can you imagine? They overpaid me as far as I was concerned. And every single time they used it, there was no internet. There was no websites. I did not know what the face of the magazine looked like. They didn't know who the hell I was. But the ethics of the company said, he did a job for us. He's going to get paid every single time for this guy sitting in Bombay. And And another life decision, another life decision. This was the springboard for me to start and embark on a new career. And if it was the honesty and ethics of some unknown person that I was blessed with, then for the rest of my life, I will follow those ethics in whatever else I do. Not far to go, guys, not far to go. So if you need to do whatever, just hang in there. I'm not going to get explicit. Okay. Oh, so nice of you to come back, my dear. So I come back and I start a studio, and as all good screenplays go, intention has to be with obstacle. And the obstacle came. I did not have a single job for almost 2 years. Yeah. I was paying rent. I had bought equipment. I had taken a personal loan, and I was paying interest upon the interest. The interest became a capital. I was paying interest on the capital of the interest. And I said, what the hell is going on in my life? I got 2, 3 small jobs, you know. And I didn't have money to pay for my rice plate. I didn't have money to put in petrol in my scooter. So when the petrol would get over, it would get over, I would get a scooter and start walking with it. And they would say, petrol pump udhar hai. No, carburetor mein kachra hai. And I would walk. And I would take it home, and then I would borrow money. And it was bad. It was bad till one day my wife came and told me, God bless her. She said, are you thinking of giving up your artistic, creative dreams? I said, yes. Saying, I dare you. I dare you. I've got my wedding jewelry in the cupboard. You sell it, you pay that off, and we're fine. Saying, no, never. How does a man feel? Not good. Doesn't feel good. She says, you think by wearing that jewelry, I'm going to look prettier? I'll never look pretty when your face is frowning all the time. There's no way to look pretty. And we went to Zaveri Bazaar, and we sold the thing, and I stood outside the shop like that. He said, what are you doing? Come on in. Say, no, I don't want to go and show that I'm selling. Say, no, you're an actor in your head. Make the face of a buyer. Put in your head, you're a buyer, not a seller. And buy me diamonds someday. I said, what is she saying here? Well, I'm still buying those damn diamonds. And then things took a turn for the better. I need to show you something. Things took a turn for the better. That's the check. The last $600 check. And then, things started doing well. I got the Miss India campaign. I started doing Raymond stuff. That's Neha Dhupia. That's Shabana for a film poster. That's Rani Jairaj and Nasruddin Shah, some of the boxing pictures. There I was, doing my thing. And I did well. I did okay. And one fine day, one more Parsi with a long nose walks into my studio. His name was Shamak Davar. All right? Shamak Davar. Everybody know Shamak Davar? Yeah, okay, that's nice. I'll tell him that. Shamak Davar walks into my studio and says, I'm very ugly. Darling, I'm very ugly. Look at my nose. Wow, please. I took his pictures. And then, at the end of it, he said something to me, which struck me. He's psychic. Genuinely. Not psycho. Okay, he's a little psycho too, but he's psychic. And he said, darling, you're going to be very famous. I said, why? As a photographer? I said, I don't know. But you're going to be very famous. I said, yeah. Okay. Let's shoot. He came back to my studio after 6 months and said, I'm taking you for lunch. Free lunch, let's go. He took me to meet a gentleman called Alik Padamsi instead of taking me for lunch. Alik Padamsi. And he says, you know something? Don't fool me. I know you. You're an actor. You are a decent photographer, but you're an actor, and you always wanted to be an actor. And in my heart, I can tell you, I've met a lot of people. You're an actor. And Alik Padamsi is producing a musical called Roshni. You audition for it and do it. I said, Shamak, I don't have time. I need to pay bills. These shows pay 200 rupees a night. I cannot afford it. He's saying, just come with me. In the lift, he said, sing a song. Somewhere. He said, very good, you sing in tune. We go in, and I audition for Alec Padamsee. I sing my heart out, right? That's me. That's Shamak. And Alec is talking to Shamak but looking at me. Alec walks like virus, actually. I chori kar out his walk. And guess what? I chori kar out the lisp from little me. And that was one of my greatest fears and my deficiencies. And I said, deficiencies have to be converted into strengths. And yeah, and I'm sitting over there, and Alec is saying, I have been in this business for 40 years. He's telling Shamak. And I know talent when I see it. And this man has no talent. I said, Shamak, let's go. He's like, no, darling, sit down. Alec, if you don't take him, I will not choreograph your show. I said, okay, you got a role. And believe it or not, the first role that I ever played was a 3-minute role, a cameo, a walk-on part in a play. That's the first time I acted on the professional stage for 200 rupees. And the role was that of a, don't be embarrassed, ladies, you can clap, was that of a pimp. My first role was that of a pimp. I come and I'm a pimp and I do one Elvis Presley thing, kind of thing. And I'm playing this pimp. And guess what? My mom came and watched every show. And in the interval, like good Parsi mother, she would go around the interval where we were having chutney sandwich. Hi, how are you? How's my son? Who's your son? Arey, the pimp, he's my son. Only a Parsi lady can do that. Proudly announce to the world that her son is the pimp. Parsi log, kasam se. Anyway, that show was a long-running show. It ran for 3 hours. It packed up in 7 shows. It flopped. But next thing I see, Rahul Dikona comes and tells me, hi, it was very good. I got a standing ovation, man. I couldn't believe it. I'm saying, hell, I love this. Lights, stage, whatnot, public clapping. Wow, I love the stage. I just took to the stage like fish to water. And in the wings, Rahul Dikona comes up and says, what are you doing in December 4th, 5th, and 6th? I said, nothing. What the hell are you doing? He's saying, I'm doing a play. It's called I'm Not Bajirao. And he said, I wanted to play a 75-year-old man, but I want only these 3 dates, and we are going to do it in the experimental theatre, and the seating of that theatre is less than this. So you'll practice for 4 months, but you're going to have a lifetime audience of this. Less than this, over 3 shows. I said, done. So we rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed, and a month before we opened, someone came and said, do not open it in the experimental theatre. It is an experimental show. 2 old men talking for 2.5 hours about ache, pain, a cataract, arthritis, glaucoma, their sex life. Believe it or not, they were talking about all this. That's not an entertaining play, as you so rightly said. Anyway, someone said, open it in the big theatre. And we opened it instead at the Tata Theatre, a 1,200-seater. And for some strange reason, it was a houseful show. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. But these things, people see quality a mile away. They know what's good. So if you fail, it's never that we didn't advertise it well. People come and seek you out. That's the truth of the matter. And we stood upstairs, Sudhir Joshi and I, looking at myself, we held hands, and I'm saying, wow, I love this. This is so beautiful. And that show that was meant to be run for 3 nights, for its lifetime series of under 500 people, ran for 10 years, houseful, tickets being sold in black. I'm not praising myself for the play. I'm just saying nothing is too small. No item, no client, no human being is too small if you can dare to give it attention. That's me on the right and Sudhir Joshi over there. For you, my darlings, over here. That's me, Sudhir Joshi. And then that night, a friend of Feroz Khan from the theatre Feroz Khan, not the cowboy Feroz Khan, hello, Boman, not that fellow. He came and said, I'm doing a play called Mahatma versus Gandhi. I said, I'd like you to play a part. I said, which part? He said, Gandhi. I said, which one? Frontier Gandhi? Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan? He said, no, I want to play Gandhi. I said, look at me, I'm 6'2". I used to be 110 kilos. And I said, how? Saying, lose the weight, you believe, audience believes. And guess what? I lost 27 kilos in record time, and we did a test. This was a rough test of the Gandhi makeup, which was just lighting and shading. I did Gandhi. I did a few more plays after that. And another friend of mine comes and tells me, what are you doing? I'm doing an experiment. What are you doing in December? I said, no. He said, I'm making an experimental movie. I said, wow. Saying, we're going to write it together. We're going to rehearse it for 6 months. And like a play, shoot it in 8 days. I said, wow. On a handy cam. Your phone has better resolution. Those handy cams, those irritating guys with pouches at the... Those. We shot a movie in 8 days. And I finally, after 6 months of rehearsal, and he said, I asked him, Ram, when are we going to release the movie? He's saying, I didn't tell you. We were never going to release the movie. I said, why do you make it? As learning. I said, wow. So we had a premiere in his house. We put a small little red carpet. 12 of us attended. We gave it a standing ovation. We had champagne. And we gave it the best reviews. And we were happy. And then someone saw, I've got to complete this story. There's a new twist to the story. Ram has made his second film since Let's Talk, which you're going to see a half-a-second clip, after 14 years. He's the same Ram Madhwani who gave you Neerja, who I came to Delhi day before yesterday to share his moment with him at the National Awards. So what a lovely journey. Everybody's journey is taken. Now this film is being edited at some point. And a gentleman watches, little volume, this clip. Little louder. Volume. Koi baat nahi. Anyway. All right, no problem. No problem, no harm done, no harm done, no harm done. No harm. So this guy, he's a director, producer. And he sees this little bit of editing saying, yaar, ye actor kaun hai? Actor kaun hai? Bilao mere paas. So I go, he gives me dinner, and he gives me a check of 2 lakh rupees. I said, wow. He said, what are you doing next year, December? I said, I don't know, what the hell are you doing? He said, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know. I said, what's this check for? He's saying, I don't know. What? Which movie? I don't know, man, I don't know. I said, then why the check? He's saying, see, if you decide to do movies, Hindi movies, you won't give me dates. This is my way of telling you, you were good in this movie, and then you will be in my first movie. I said, wow. 6 months go by, nothing. Yes, ma'am.
I have seen that movie.
You have?
I have seen that movie, and it's an awesome movie. And my purpose of coming for this talk is that if you could just release it once again, it was ahead of its times, but just right for now. If you can tell Ram this. Amazing.
Okay, this is serendipitous. Day before yesterday, we were celebrating Ram's, and we said, you know what, we should re-release that movie. And I'm going to tell her. Nothing. You have the DVD. God bless you. Yeah. We shot in 8 days. Thank you so much. Give the lady a big hand. She's making sense. Thank you.
I have never liked you better in any other movie except that.
Only my wife says differently, but never mind. But thank you, and I would like to say that's my best, finest work. I would like to say that, yeah. Thank you, I really appreciate that, ma'am. Thank you. So, yes, it's a very dark movie, just by the way, and you'll hate me at the end of it, but, Anyway, so here I am, and this guy says, and he phones me up one day, 6 months later, now that check has gone to the dogs, okay? He thinks, Yara, Boman. I say, हाँ, अरे कहानी मिल गई यारा, कहानी मिल गई. I said, अच्छा, कौन सी कहानी? I had forgotten. वो अरे 2 लाख का चेक दिया था ना तेरे को. कहानी ऐसे पिक्चर का नाम क्या है? I said, मुन्ना भाई MBBS. Thanks to that little movie that nobody saw. You saw, you've seen. And somebody's promising to see. You saw? Let's Talk. You saw that too, yeah. But thanks to Let's Talk, Vidhu Vinod Chopra says, Kahani mil gayi. I said, picture ka Munna. I said, I hated the name. What is this Munna vai MBBS? Acha, mera role kya hai? Arey yaar, tu doctor hai yaar, haste rehta hai. Sir, ये क्या है क्या? You think तू सुन? I said no. And I didn't want to do the movie, believe it or not. I said कौन है hero? Saying launch film है, debut film for actor called Vivek Oberoi. It was his debut film. He later on walked out because he got company, which was good. He was very good in company. Then Shah Rukh took interest. I liked the name. Shah Rukh was in. Aishwarya walked out with Vivek, Kajol. Then Shah Rukh had spine problems. He left, and Kajol left. Then Tabu left, and everybody left. The only guy around was me because they had paid me. And finally, we got a 44-year-old schoolboy, a college boy called Sanjay Dutt to do the role. And we shot the role in a movie in record time, in a record low budget. In fact, once we needed a shot of a Shadi Ka Mandap. We didn't have money to put up mandap, so we went and we all hid behind someone's Shadi Ka Mandap, and we made friends with the guy. So when the Baratis all went away, we came on stage, quickly took the shots, and ran away. That's how we made Munna Bhai MBBS. Yeah. That's how we made Munna Bhai MBBS. And I didn't want to do the movie, but he said, go and meet my assistant. I said, go on, Raju. I said, who Raju you want me to go and meet? I went and met Raju. I spent 8 hours with him, and I decided to make friends with him. Because he's a good man. You got to make friends with good people. You got to flock with good people. Birds of a feather flock together. And we became friends, and we are friends to this very day, the closest of friends. And
why wouldn't I do that?
Oh, it's come.
Position that I am in, I should be banging things, throwing things, pulling my hair, swinging around. Am I doing anything like that? No.
Anyway, so that's my friend Raju. And Raju convinced, and I just said, okay, we're doing the movie. We're doing the movie. We finally made the movie. And when the movie released, the movie flopped. The movie flopped. Nobody went to see it on day 1, 2, 3. And this is before the multiplex days. It was the big screen days. And I said, bloody hell, Raju, what's going on? He's saying, come and see the movie. How many people in the theater are saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I started counting heads. I said, Raju, what are you saying? Saying, nay, movie hit hai. Movie hit hai. I said, why do you say this? I said, people are reacting with love. They're laughing, they're crying, they're breaking seats, they're jumping in their seats. That's what we make movies for. Not that it makes it 150 crores, I wouldn't give a damn. But I want to see this reaction from my audience. And then I kept going. I used to go from the studio, go to the shop, relieve my wife, pull the shutter of the shop down, and on the way home on my scooty, I used to go to the Maratha Mandir Theatre and watch my scenes from behind. They didn't know who the hell I was, but somebody said, isko entry dena, picture mein ek chota sa role kiya hai. And I would watch the movie, and people were going crazy. Not big audiences. And I would come out and feel terrible. One day I came out of Maratha Mandir Theatre, and there was a lady sitting on the footpath down there. Very rough-looking lady. And she looked towards me, but a kindly face. Hey, Mamu. Huh? Mamu, tu hi hai na? Mamu. Kya solid kaam kiya yaar. I have never heard a better review in my life. It was the best thing I ever heard. And she said, bahut paisa kamayenge. Matlab, I thought she was a producer that hit Bad Times, बहुत पैसा कमाएंगे मतलब अरे मैं ब्लैक मार्केटिंग करती हूँ ना ये पिक्चर बहुत पैसा कमाएगा. And I called up Raju. I said, see, first of all, she called me by my name. Secondly, she said, Mamu बहुत अच्छा काम किया. And thirdly, she's saying she's going to make a lot of money. So whether you make money or not, this movie is going to do well. Yeah? And that was towards the end of December. People wait for the entire year for the nominations to come out. 6 days after the movie got released, the nominations came out, and we were nominated for a slew of awards, and I was also nominated. And I said, wow, life just turns around. And 10 days after that, we had the first awards. And I'm standing on stage the night before with Arshad Varsi, rehearsing at 12 o'clock at night for some presentation that we were going to do. We had to rehearse it, right? And Arshad Varsi, so bombs, what are you wearing tomorrow? So what are you wearing? So you can't come in jeans and t-shirt. You're nominated. You might even win. So no, you need a suit. I said, I don't own a suit. I really don't. I've got other things to start working on. Say no. Hello, masculine, Naresh bhai. 24 घंटे में सूट चाहिए. हाँ, नहीं बनेगा. एक एक्टर है, बहुत अच्छा एक्टर है. Boman Irnai, नाम नहीं सुना. Okay, please यार, please. अवार्ड जीतेगा कल. कौन सा पिक्चर? मुन्ना भाई. मुन्ना भाई में क्या करा? से वो डॉक्टर था ना. अरे वो टकला, वो मामू, मैं बहुत बड़ा फैन है उसका. I think, help, I heard a fan in a positive way. Somebody want to make a suit for me. How expensive! I was really petrified about that. These filmy people, you know how they spend money on. Like me, could not afford the bloody suit. So he says, अच्छा ठीक है, बना लेगा. Saying, मास्टर जी को भेजो measurements के लिए. Saying, time नहीं है. तो कैसे बनाएगा suit? What are you talking about? नहीं नहीं, उसका height क्या है? 6'2". अच्छा 6'2". क्या करेगा आप? क्या करेगा? मतलब क्या? ऐसे नहीं नहीं, आप फिक्र मत करो. मेरे पास मुन्ना भाई MBBS का एक पायरेटेड DVD है. मैं वो प्ले करेगा और मैं पॉज करेगा जब उनका फुल लेंथ आएगा, तब फ्रीज फ्रेम करेगा. और आप बोला 6 फुट तो मैं ऐसा मेजर करेगा. अगर 12 इंच 6 फुट उसका बराबर कोऑर्डिनेट्स करेंगे. फिर चेस्ट, लेग्स, हैंड करके हम कल सूट बना भेज देंगे. आई एम स्टैंडिंग. The award ceremony has started. I am under the big, humongous behemoth of a stage in Bandakurla complex, under the stage with my driver holding a towel like that. And award after award, and they didn't give me a green room those days, which is fine. My parents came on a donkey from Iran, no problem, never complain. and then I am. And this guy with a hanger, Boman Irnai kone, Boman Irnai kone, Boman Irnai kone, Boman Irnai. And I was like, Boman Irnai kone, yeah. And me. I wear the suit. While I'm wearing the suit, Prem Chopra Saab is on stage announcing the award. And the award goes to... And I stopped wearing my suit. Boman Irnai. My driver, yeah, yaar, kapde pehno pehna, yaar, we have to take the award. And I wore the suit. I somehow got it right, one button all in places, everything was in fine order. Ran up the stage and I fell. I fell, ouch! I dusted myself. I fell again. Believe it or not, my knees had become so weak. I fell again. And I ran on the stage, dusting myself. And much like I've done all my life, falling and getting up and falling and getting up and falling and getting up. I ran on the stage, ladies and gentlemen. And I received my first award. And then it's been not too bad a journey. But today, and this is the most important thing I'm going to say, the most important thing. All this doesn't matter. Because today, in your mind, not financially, but in your mind, today should be like that day. Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of my story you know better than I do. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. I'm going to take 3 more minutes of your time. Please sit down. Please, 3 more minutes. I've gone overtime. You know why? Whenever I go overtime, I always blame it on the audience. I said they were enjoying themselves, so I also indulged. So y'all are to blame if I went overtime. I hope I didn't go too overtime. Some people made excuses of doing and they went away. Well, never mind. They must have gone for. That's all right. Come. So we settled down. I'd recommend you. I recommend to don't put the phones up and record it. You know why? Because there's a great pleasure in seeing something organically and live. And so just let's enjoy this, because I'm going to sing you a song, if you don't mind. That's like me on my honeymoon. Okay. The song is called My Way. Yeah? It's a song made famous by Frank Sinatra. It was also voted one of the songs of the millennium. But to me, it's so important. All of us are here doing what we do. We all want to be somewhere. We are somewhere. We want to now go somewhere else. But whatever you do at the end of it, you lead your life the way you want to lead it, to your terms and conditions. And that's what this song says. It's a beautiful song. The music is great, not important. I'm singing it, not important, not a singer. But I'd like you to hang on to the lyrics, if not anything else. I hope that if you got even 80% of the lyrics, I would be really, really grateful to all of you. So, thoda reverb de dena, Baba. So, yeah, thoda, yeah, it's too much, yeah. Okay, fine, that's fine. Let's play the track, ladies and gentlemen. Vasavi, thank you very much for inviting me. ARG, Sangeeta, you're the most gracious people that I know. You really are. There's a lot to learn from both of you, a lot to learn from your children too. I'm inspired in many ways. There's no other reason. There's no other reason. That's part of the love. My way. If you know the song, sing along. So I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I am certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I've planned each other course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced the law, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed, I've cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. Sing with me. I did it my way. Oh, what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he is not to say the things he truly feels. Another words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. The record shows